Hello, this is the Monday briefing of me, Karola Sakotnik, the founder and Chief Creativity Officer of Future Skills Farming. Let me welcome you to another Monday, another week, where I just want to give you some insights and some of the philosophy we have at Future Skills Farming in order that it supports you for a successful week. And kind of maybe it shifts and transforms a little bit your insight on yourself, on your company's success, on the way how to reach a success that at the moment, at least in everything that's business, it's always measured in I would say in money value. And I want to shift that a little bit. So of course, money value, but not only. Today, it's about being boldly human. If you follow me, you've seen that I'm writing this book on this, my calling, being boldly human, which is actually a call to an attitude of work and to an attitude of life, like working and living. And it is about harvesting the whole and cultivating and developing the whole human potential in order to live a prosperous digital future. And to make this a little bit clear, what is it I'm talking about here? The Future Skills Farming is using all these pictures of farmers. So we do seeding, and seeding with the human potential is a lot about self-awareness, about your abilities, about your potential, also about your inhibitors, and how you can overcome them easily with lightness, with fun, with I would say with joy more than fun. So in order to have a happiness on a daily work life. Then of course it's about growing. And this is a lot about realizing the gap between a human approach to solve a problem and the technological approach to solve a problem. A human approach to gather that data and the technological approach to gather data. And also about evaluating this data. We are complex, we have insights, you know, and the technology is very sequentially processing the data. So if we combine both, I think there is a big chance of really bringing something on in our world in the end. And I think that business and economy has such a big aspect in our world and such a big impact that we should use it and not always think, okay, we have a good intention to change our world, to make it a better place to live, but we don't change our business system, our economy system. It will not work. Economy is a basic expression of being human. And when you're daring to be boldly human, then you incorporate what we have to bring as human beings, using the technology we as human beings developed. So when you grow that and when you realize what is going on here and why we should stop to educate ourselves, even our children, to become better computers and just to have cognitive sequential knowledge, no, go into this non-sequential being of human beings and dig deeper what creativity can bring to the plate, what intuition can bring to the plate. And what you're all using your senses being applied in a business environment, what that really means. And believe me, it's a deep dive, it's a new world, and usually people like it because there's some side effect to it. Your life, your whole approach to life will be easier and somehow more successful. It will feel like that. Also really your relationships with yourself, with the others. And then you can go into harvesting. And harvesting in the business meaning is bring it down to earth, implement it, do something with it. And this is something you cannot do alone. Especially when you're a leader, why should you do it alone? You have your employees, you have your colleagues, you have your experts. In which setting you work, you have people to do that with. And if you become the one who is able to ignite their genius That's a nice perspective. And then you really go into harvesting. Because then you have people who like to follow, who like to resonate with you. And that's then a mutual co-creation of a very fruitful process. All with the outcome that you're creating business. A bit more on the responsible side, a lot more on the awareness side. And for this, you have 2 or 3 little attitudes you can just implement on a daily life, which is mindfulness, which is asking yourself all the time, what do I feel? What do I sense? And what do I generate out of that? So always be aware there's three steps in listening to a situation, listening to yourself is, what do I feel at the moment? What do I sense around me? And with those 2 together, what do I process out of that? What is my insight? Yeah. And then the third question is, how do I communicate that? So be mindful with every situation, with yourself, like lovingly mindful. Then always say, if you go into a situation, what do I feel? What do I sense? And what do I hear out of that? What do I process out of that? What's my insight? And how do I communicate it? So this is my briefing for the week. If you're curious, there is the next 21-day leadership transformation challenge starting. I will put it into the comments. And yes, there's the Leadership Transformation Summit on the 27th of November. The first one happened already. You can go to my YouTube channel and just like it, and also browse through what the people said. It was a lot about all these topics about how to being boldly human in a business environment. Have a good week. Yours, Karola.